Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Anna, and today I'm joined by my co host, Mark. We don't really have a fixed topic for today's episode, and honestly, I think that's the fun part. Sometimes, the best conversations happen when you don't plan too much. It's just about sharing thoughts, stories, and letting the talk go wherever it wants to go. So, Mark, how are you today?
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone listening. I'm doing great. Thank you. It's funny because before we started recording, we were both like, so, what should we talk about? And then we realized that we don't need to decide. We can just start chatting and see where it goes. That's how most real conversations happen anyway, right? You meet a friend, sit down for coffee, and the topics come naturally. By the way, speaking of coffee, I had the strongest coffee this morning, and I think it's still keeping me awake.
Oh, that's perfect then. You'll bring all the energy today. I actually did the opposite. I had tea this morning, not coffee. Sometimes I switch it up, because too much coffee makes me a little shaky. But tea gives me a calmer energy. You know, it's interesting how drinks become part of people's identities. Some people say, I can't live without coffee, while others are like, no, tea is my life. I wonder which one our listeners prefer.
That's a good question. Maybe we should do a poll someday. Team coffee versus team tea. I think the results would be fun to see. And since we're talking about drinks, let me ask you something. Anna, if you could have your ideal morning routine, like a dream version of it, what would it look like? Would it involve coffee, tea, or something totally different?
Hmm, good question. My dream morning routine would be slow and relaxed. I'd wake up without an alarm clock, open the window, and feel fresh air. Then I'd have a big cup of tea, maybe with some honey. Breakfast would be simple but fresh, like bread, cheese, and fruit. After that, I'd spend at least half an hour reading something. Maybe a book or a magazine. That would be my perfect start to the day. How about you, Mark?
Well, mine would be a little different. I think my dream morning routine would start with a strong coffee, of course. But then, instead of reading, I'd go outside for a walk or maybe even a short run. I feel like moving my body in the morning clears my head. And then, after some exercise, I'd come back, take a shower, and make a big breakfast. Eggs, toast, maybe some pancakes if I have the time. That would give me the perfect energy for the rest of the day.
I like how yours is more active, and mine is more quiet. It really shows how people are different, right? Some of us want peace and calm, and others want movement and action. And that's the beauty of conversations. Like this, we get to see different perspectives. By the way, since you mentioned exercise, do you remember the last time we talked about trying new sports? You said you wanted to try surfing. Did that ever happen?
Ah, surfing. Not yet, unfortunately, but it's still on my list. I was close once when I traveled to Portugal last year. I saw people surfing, and it looked amazing. The only problem was, I didn't have enough time to take lessons. But I promised myself that the next time I go to a beach destination, I will definitely try it. Have you ever tried something like that, Anna?
Not surfing, no. But I did try paddleboarding once, and it was harder than I expected. You need so much balance, and I kept falling into the water. But it was fun, because everyone was laughing, including me. I think that's the key when you try something new. You can't expect to be perfect. You just enjoy the process and laugh at yourself.
Exactly. That's a good lesson for life, too, not just for sports. We don't have to be perfect at everything we try. Sometimes the best memories come from the mistakes and the funny moments. I think our listeners will agree with that.
Yes, and that's why I love these casual episodes. We start with coffee, and suddenly we're talking about life lessons. That's how conversations should be: natural, unpredictable, and full of surprises.
Well said. And maybe that's a nice place to wrap up today's talk. To everyone listening, we hope you enjoyed this little journey with us. No fixed topic, just two friends talking and sharing thoughts.
Exactly. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'll be back soon with another episode, maybe with a topic, maybe without. Who knows? That's the fun part. Until then, take care and keep practicing your English with us.